Around 3 o'clock in the afternoon, on Tuesday, October 19th, 1920, in the small village of Chai, near Gallipoli, a 7-year-old boy named Ferhad ran up to his friends, gesturing with excitement about an artillery shell he had found in the local cemetery. Ferhad could not speak. He is described as dilsiz, or tongueless, in Ottoman Turkish, but fragmentary records in the Ottoman archives in Istanbul allow us to hear his historical voice nonetheless, if only for a moment. The shell, and perhaps Ferhad's disability, were remnants of the First World War. 8 children followed Ferhad to examine the shell. 17-year-old Ismail, the son of Ali of Lemnos, had brought along an axe. Ismail stood over the shell and struck it. The resulting explosion killed him in an instant, along with Hussein, the son of Mehmet, and seriously injured several of their friends. Ismail and Hussein had survived the First World War, but 2 years after the armistice, it killed them just the same. The years 1914 to 1918 claimed at least 2.5 million Ottoman lives, or about 10% of the empire's entire population. Only Serbia suffered a higher civilian death rate. The war set ablaze the empire's social fabric and gave birth to radically new political identities. It put into motion developments that have shaped the former Ottoman lands, the Middle East as we know it today, for over a century. Much of the history of this period remains buried under the debris of war, and it continues to be a political minefield no less explosive than the shell that killed the 2 curious boys that afternoon in the cemetery at Chai. In 1914, the Ottoman government took the empire to war in order to save our people and our homeland. But over the next 4 years, that same government killed more of its citizens, men, women, and children, than enemy guns. It allowed hundreds of thousands of people to starve to death, lost perhaps as many as 1 million men in uniform, and surrendered more than half of its territory. The First World War put an end to a state that, although it had suffered a series of defeats in the 2 years immediately preceding the war, had governed vast territories and diverse populations for over 6 centuries.